Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117, bringing you another COH2 replay. This one's brought to you by my Patreon supporters, Ace. It was sent in by Ace. If you want to submit your own COH2 replay, you can do so via my YouTube channel. Just go to my Gmail or my Facebook, and I will check it out. Also, after you send me that message, you can also make sure you like, subscribe. You can check out my Patreon, like my other Patreon supporters have, and support, such as Ace, Sean, but he dropped a few tiers, so I'm technically not supposed to say his name. Leo, Tim, Joey, Nick, and Lobo. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys rock. In any capacity, let's get to this 4v4 COH2 game, which stars 2 Soviet and 2 American versus 2 Vermont and 2 OKW. Please let this be better than the last one I just played. I could really use that. Alright, so who do we got here? We got Rusty Knuckles. We got Rusty Knuckles, Pampino, Horizon Dawn, and oh boy, can't wait to figure out this name. What is that? That is Angry Man. That looks like something from Lord of the Rings. So, I'll just call you Han. And then we have codes Delta, Sean, GTA, and Ace. If you watch my channel, you should pretty much know what that is. So let's see. Ace, you pick the mechanized sport tactics, which is pretty good. I like the L2 bomb strikes, the marked targets, the long range ISU 152. Unfortunately, though, it looks like who is it over here? Delta's having some small issues with this front. We got Sean pushing in over here to support, and then we got you two over here as a Soviet, which is actually kind of funny how the 2 Soviet and 2 Americans have separated, fighting on the right. Hopefully this is better than the last game I did on this map, and if you haven't seen it or are curious about it, it is literally one of the most BS, annoying, like, main reasons why COH2 is a problem type games I've seen in quite some time. It is insane. But in any case, hopefully this game is not it, though from your description, Ace, I'm hoping you're being, how do I say this nicely, you're being you, and kind of overemphasizing some things, because I really don't want it to be the case if your description comes true. Meanwhile, penal troops along with conscripts pushing on up seem to be doing okay against the OKW. We do have a sniper over here providing some fire support from Ace. Looks like he's trying to get a couple nice hits. Penal troops also moving up with some engineers. Conscripts on standby. A lot of OKW over here. Actually, hold on. We have 3 guys over here and 2 guys on the left. Man, this is exactly like other Land Force games, where usually it's you fight in force, the opposite side, okay, we'll lose because they're triple teaming the right. Yeah, go figure on that part. Anyway, Rusty Knuckles went German mechanized doctrines. You get some nice stuff like artillery, extra recon, command tank for keeping your stuff alive. Some nice stuff. Flamethrower unit to help push them out of the building. Sniper team is still back there, just hanging out, chilling. Hey, sniper team, I feel like you got enough Germans over here. You could go work over there and do some of your awesome business. Meanwhile, we got some. We got Kubwagon opening fire. We got a flamethrower unit. Some conscripts just trying to hold out. Nice mortar hit, by the way. Doing quite a bit of damage in that region. Looks like they're pulling back. Sniper team on standby. Might be able to get a shot over here on some Volk squads. Jump in the fence. Very nice. Also, I just saw the movie, speaking as the communists, I just saw the movie Death of Stalin, and I do recommend it. It kind of goes into the internal power struggle around the again, the death of Stalin. It also kind of shows like the cult following of the guy. I think, well, during production of the film, I think it was the producer, the director, or maybe even someone major from the film was like, I think it was the director, was like, Hitler is like, the name is poison and all this stuff, but Stalin is like a great symbol of like a hero, even though he killed millions of people. So the movie kind of explores a little bit of that, and also explores other measures of like why he was so feared and or respected, and other things like that, and also the power struggle within the Soviet Union. It's great to see. It actually is pretty funny as well, but it is equally dark, so quite nice. Nice mine again on the main road. They probably see that though. Unfortunately, you got a lot of forces from Sean moving in because, well, Delta has the left-hand side because he's just doing a 1v1. So Sean naturally comes over to support, which is right now throwing the Axis off balance from a deep charge. American Rifleman pushing on in, but unfortunately the Volk squad's behind the fence, providing some decent cover, which also, again, I find that pretty funny that this little wooden fence is providing cover, but whatever. It's like, wouldn't the bullet fire through? Shh, let's ignore that. I'm also looking at the time, and I'm looking at another game that's literally going to last me probably an hour and a half. Oh, god damn it. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for being annoying. Not Sean. Ace for saying me a goddamn long game. Which I'm sure people are going to be like, oh, Greyshot's awesome. But yeah, and then it's going to be me talking about this game for quite some time and then getting off topic, because you know that's happening. If you've seen my replays, you know that's going to be the case. Anyway, mortar teams are opening fire, pushing these guys back. MG on standby. It could be worse. Could be better, but could be a lot worse. Nice job pushing them back. Looks like we got Bar and Bazooka team moving on up. Wait, do you have a bazooka? No, he doesn't. Okay, never. Just Bar from the lieutenant. I thought he upgraded with a bazooka. I guess not. Interesting. We do have a half-track. I've been seeing a lot more of these. They've been pretty damn effective on the front lines. Right now, Volk squad's also coming in a nice blob with some Stern Pioneers. Flamethrower just trying to hold them back. But I see this as a spring. I see the Germans launching a major counter-assault, so the Allies are going to have to do something. Right now, it looks like Delta's having some issues with the mortar teams, because, of course, they're just killing most of his men. So I can actually see the force kind of collapsing. But that being said, we see this half-track moving in, and if it kind of moves in quickly, kind of neutralize this infantry group here, they should be able to push them back. Meanwhile, though, the Germans do have the city under their control. And things should be interesting, to say the least. We have a lot of MGs over here in the buildings that'll prevent infantry from coming through. We have a sniper team, I guess, to counter-snipe because they got annoyed by Ace's sniper, which only got 4 kills. Maybe not. Maybe just got it for his own good. Unfortunately, it looks like we have some units over here, so Sean's going to probably send some additional forces. Also, he has forces in mid, or at least he had an MG in mid before he got burned away from some Volk squads. Meanwhile, looks like Ace is capturing mid and is deploying some guard troops to help out against early armor, which is very likely, especially when you're versing a lot of Wehrmacht. And again, right now we have 2, but the thing is about that is the fact that typically you see a lot of flame half-tracks being deployed. I don't know if there's any currently on the field. Let's double check the guys. No, neither one is upgraded. That's actually a bit strange. Right now we have a grenade going down. I'll try to knock out the MG, but unfortunately just didn't do a lot of damage. GTA went conscript support tactics. Interesting. Which has a KV, a lot of bonuses for the infantry and anti-infantry components. Half-track going in, getting a lot of hits, but unfortunately a Panzerfaust is probably going to weaken it down to a very low bit of health. Luckily that caused enough of a diversion that Riflemen were able to come on in from Sean and do quite a bit of damage. So very nice job on that front. Looks like the Allies actually have most of the points with also, is it GTA? Yeah, GTA pushing on the right-hand side. Let's see. You're making a mechanized armor Campania already. Just imagine that he made that and it's only minutes and 30 seconds. Like, he's doing pretty damn good. And actually, I could see armor being deployed by around the 12-minute mark, which is, again, the earliest that typically you see armor, but that's also going to throw the Axis off if they don't have a lot of AT. It does look like we have a fuel cache over here, and maybe... Yep, no, it looks like they're trying to put down caches, the rush. Nice idea with the Panzer headquarters. Try to put it there to prevent enemy attacks from in this region. Though, if I was him, maybe... No, I would actually still put it there. It's not a bad idea, and they're actually spread out enough. You don't have to worry about artillery coming in. It doesn't look like the Allies have a lot of artillery. Delta could honestly go, hold on, Calliope, or we could have Priest online with Sean, which could cause a lot of havoc for the Axis, but we'll see how this goes. Right now I see a lot of time, so the Axis are going to do something right from their current predicament. Most likely they're going to do a large charge and kind of break a certain part of the Allied line. But again, it's going to be curious. Right now we have guards troops. God damn it, I always get those two mixed up. Currently being suppressed by an MG-34, support gun as well, supporting with infantry charging in. You have penal troops right here. They're trying to hold this position. Let's see how well they do. Right now we have riflemen going on the flank. Maybe they can try to neutralize at least one squad, though Sean doesn't have the upgrade for grenades, which would be helpful. Wait a second. How did you went? Never mind. Wait, hold on. Let me double check something. Nope, never mind. So right now these guys are grouped up in here, which the trees prevent a lot of armor and stuff from coming through. Delta has grenades, right? He got grenades, which unfortunately, Han just like, yeah, I'm gonna move out of the way. Meanwhile, we at least have an MG42 stolen from the Germans, holding down this point. And now on mid, looks like that big blob is having some issues. They did take the point, but I don't think they're advancing as much as they thought. They're keeping themselves on this side of the river, which is very good for the Allies. Right now, the Allies should probably send something over to knock out this MG, but that being said, we do have a Panzer IV being deployed, which could also be a problem for the Allies that, hold on, never mind, they have AT, and looks like we have no AT grenades. So GT has an AT gun, which is fine, but I think AT grenades would be a lot better. Sniper team with 11 kills. Sean, how are you doing? You have 11 kills. So we actually have a sniper battle going on right now. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Snipers actually being deployed against the two over here. Are they both female snipers? Yes, they are. Cool. I think this one's lying in wait. We'll see how well these snipers do. I'm curious. Because usually snipers are either terrible or they're actually really, really good. It just depends on the player. Because usually a person doesn't know how to use them and they instantly get KO'd, or if they at least have some like tactical presence on the battlefield, they can keep maneuvering it in and out to keep themselves alive and rack up a lot of kills. We should probably double check rank, though. Again, I see Horizon went special operations, and this guy picked the exact same doctrine that guy went, so that's a double, and I hate doubles in this game. You can double check ranks, but once again, I know these guys are normals on COH2. Delta's probably the weakest player, but that being said, he does play, and looks like they are versing a pretty high-ranking team, so should be very interesting indeed. Again, rank doesn't matter in this game. You can literally keep the game on, but playtime does have at least... It does have a factor, if not, it's not a major one, but it will at least show that this player is accustomed to this game rather than someone who just bought it on a Steam sale, which I've seen quite a bit, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes it's like a goddamn button masher on a fighting game. Yeah, sure, they have no idea what they're doing, but then also the player who's fighting them has no idea what they're doing, so that can throw them off. But right now I can see a lot of artillery focus, but they do have an IL-2 bomb strike, so... And now time on target with priest fire, so I expect a lot of our counter barrages, and maybe these pieces of artillery can do a decent job in the beginning, but I don't think it's going to last very long. I don't. Right now it looks like we have a Panzer IV just wrecking house. Unfortunately knocked out the ambulance, half-track, and pretty much made the entire left side collapse, as Delta had no AT available at the 13-minute mark. Very risky not to have anything, and again, you can say you have an AT grenade on this, but yeah, you was on full retreat. So without that, they essentially get nothing, and even with that, this tank is not even being harmed by anything. Maybe some mines would have been good, because I see the amount of munitions you currently have, and a couple mines might have been effective. AT grenade coming in from Sean makes it pinned, and possibly a time on target. No, oh, I'm sorry, major artillery strike is coming in, almost guaranteed. We do have a Mizuki team, so that's pretty good. Artillery strike did a little bit of damage, not all that much. Maybe, no, he's on standby. 6 more seconds before he can bring something in. Did knock out that unit, so Delta did just lose a decent unit. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you fight a tank with infantry. Sometimes, unfortunately, they can get some lucky shots in. But right now, even with that, they still haven't really pushed up to take this point, which is strange. Oh, because the MG's still here. So your Panzer IV did do a decent amount of damage to Delta's front line, but you didn't knock out the core reason, which was the MG, so the infantry couldn't advance. I mean, you couldn't really capitalize on that push, and right now the Panzer IV will likely escape, but on the flip side, it's going to escape, and then unfortunately it's kind of just a mixed bag, because now that surprise attack that you just did, Delta's going to be more prepared for it. Sean could fire an AT grenade. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill it. Yeah, it's going to be just barely enough health. One more AT grenade probably would have, but not at its current capacity. Right now we have also Don with special operation equipped SCG-44, so that, yeah, it's gonna be doing pretty damn well. Oh, or not. Or it gets KO'd instantly. Nice. Man, nice job. Hey, dude, here's a fun fact. If a unit's low, retreat it. It's an amazing prospect of trying to keep your units alive. Speaking of which, I should probably check on that sniper. Ace, you got 17 kills. That guy didn't have... Did he have a sniper? Nope, this guy, 11 kills. So hasn't done much. Mostly, if I had to assume, using this sniper as recon. And probably doesn't want to really engage other targets because he's afraid of the sniper or the Soviet variety being close. Because you fire a sniper for a sniper battle, then typically Soviets will win because they just have more men. You can see either two-man squads, sniper will fire, take out one, and then it'll take out the other. Looks like Sean might be trying to locate and knock out that sniper. We'll see what he does. He's going to retreat in the meantime. All right. Was thinking that he was going to engage said target. And now it's 15 minutes in the game, and I already see that. So I am already in fear of how long this game is going to be. God damn it. Oh, Greyshot, you should really do no. Oh, god damn it. Just a quick and easy game, huh? Anyway, Pampino went breakthrough doctrine, so that could be very effective in mid with the Yag Tiger against armor. Unfortunately, it looks like this guy, Han, is having some issues. He did put down a bunker, but I don't think things are going to go extremely well for him. If anything, he's probably going to be pushed back quite a bit, so we'll see how things goes. Again, right now, he has no army, so he's going to have to build up. He does have a decent amount of manpower. He did lose to Panzer IV, so it's going to be just a few minutes before he can really do anything major. And that time is going to be critical for him to actually be able to push and counterattack. Alright, these guys got pushed back. Panzer IV on standby with the Stu. Right now there's a lot of mines right there, which could be a big issue. A lot of Volk squads along with the Stern Pioneer squad that's just being pushed back by the PPSH equipped conscripts, which pretty effective against infantry, especially after the December update, which increased their close range abilities. So you equip that with the PPSHs, and yeah, you're gonna have some issues with conscripts. Right now, they did place a lot of mines this region, though keeping your armor above that mine is always a no-no, because yeah, that could definitely cripple your men. How'd that? Oh, okay, Volcanic Warfare. Oh yeah, you want to pull that thing back. Yes, minefield was effective, but the tank literally just broke it so that way they can keep on moving up. We have the guard's rifle right there, so they can do some shots on the Stug and Panzer IV and hopefully keep that thing back. But we'll see. With the mortar fire and everything, that thing won't last very long. Right now, the Allies are doing these small incursions, but they are taking some losses while the Axis are slowly building up. Because as you can see, they do have a decent army that is just on standby, waiting to go, waiting for a moment to strike. Once again, I'm very surprised that the Allies don't move up and capture this point as another position I would take. Because again, right now, they need to take this. Delta, let's do in heavy cavalry, which I guess makes sense. He wants to try to get something to make sure he can hold this sector. And heavier infantry with close range abilities popping up on Germans. That's a good way. Nice job with the Jackson holding that thing back, though. We do have a Stu on standby, which he probably should have moved up on. But I'm assuming he just didn't have an army. So he thought, hey, I'll just press with the Panzer IV. And dude, yeah, sending that thing by itself, not the best idea. At all. Like, seriously. That being said, sending a tank behind enemy lines, also probably not the best idea. Especially with an enemy that is used to having Minesweeper. And last bad idea is having explosive rounds and not armor-piercing rounds, because they won't do really anything against a tank. I think sometimes they'll shock it, but yeah, that's about it. And right now, it looks like this Han guy is pretty much being beat back. We have a lot of AT grenades being thrown, so maybe this Sherman will live, especially if you drop down some additional smoke. We still have explosive rounds on this thing. We still have it. And it looks like, yeah, he's holding fire so that way he can heal and get everything back up. Right now, there's a lot of units right now. Really, really low. So if I was, well, the Allies, if I could, I would call an artillery strike. Or have GTA call a flame strike right here. That could be very effective at just annoying them to death. But once again, we'll see how things go. With the King Tiger, which is actually pretty damn... Yeah, that looks like he pretty much just went that. And so far, that's doing pretty well. He's going to lock down this point, probably with it, and help push back. I don't think they have any substantial. They have T-34, they have a KV, you have one Su-85. So if they tag team, they have enough, but that King is definitely going to be a thorn in their side if the Axis truly want to push back. And once again, the Axis do have a decent force on standby. They are... Oh, another King Tiger's here. We have double... Yep, we have double Stugs and a Panzer IV. So they have been biding their time, waiting for a good chance to strike instead of just wasting their men on bad incursions like this guy over here has, who's pretty much lost everything and is pretty much on the defense. So we'll see how well that goes. Meanwhile, nice flame barrage knocked out the support gun and seems to be burning up some Pioneer squad. So great job on that, GTA. Great job on that. And the building's on fire. Oh boy. King Tiger buttoned but still in mid and seems to be holding that area just fine. Su-85 on standby, opening fire. They did mark target on that, so it makes it a little bit easier to hit, but it's still King, so it's still going to, you know, bounce a decent amount of shots. Volk squad's up to 4 stars, so nice job on keeping your units alive. Hopefully, again, you can continue that throughout the entire game. Looks like we have something coming in. Maybe a major strike, I assume. Ace, 18 kills with a sniper, not bad. A lot of penal troops on standby. This guy is pretty much all of his stuff here. Might be trying to go for a medium armor incursion against Delta, but right now Delta has 2 Jacksons and the support of Sean. Even if Sean's leaving, the 2 Jacksons would pretty much be able to hold. Looks like we have a large armor charge on right. Su-85 trying to hold, but once again, fighting multiple Stugs is going to be an issue for it. Good shot, but not enough to turn the tide. And yeah, that's going to be a major issue. Not saying that's going to turn the tide of the game or help the Axis just do a slam dunk win, but it's going to be quite annoying to deal with, to say the least. Meanwhile, we have some additional forces on the right with a KV. Looks like Rail trying to push on the right against that MG. It's been in the building for like 20 minutes or something. Flame Barrage helped bring down the building through fires. And looks like the flames actually were able to detonate some of the explosives just around the environment, which is, again, hilarious. But we'll see how things go. King Tiger is once again helping out mid. Without that Su-85 there, they're going to have some more issues. Penal troops could move up, but the Volk squads keep the space between them pretty far by just massacring the penal troops before they get in close. So we'll see how well that goes. Right now, the King Tiger is on standby and actually seems to be opening fire. Now the Guards troops moving in, which it seems to be doing a decent job. But that being said, there are a lot of them, and MG seems to be holding them back, so they're not going to be able to do much. We do have a precision bomb strike. Looks like he tried to button it so he couldn't move, but unfortunately the IL-2 bomb strike is going to dodge it. It was close, but you needed probably you need a pin and then another pin to keep that unit there. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long enough for you to call it an airstrike unless you really plan out just right for that thing. It's kind of like, the best example would be like Avatar Last Airbender, and it's like for the invasion, the eclipse that they were dealt so that they worried so much about only lasted 8 minutes, so they had to position at the perfect time for that. They couldn't use it as just a crux to launch the invasion itself. They had to already know that they were going to be fighting somebody, and then launch the assault, and then use it at the perfect time against the most elite troops, so that way they had the best shot at winning. We have artillery though being put down. Looks like he has 2 artillery pieces. And where are they hitting right now? They're just hitting the front line in general. So not a bad idea, just try to push the allies back. But we'll see how well that does, because right now they're not gaining a lot of veterancy. They're just kind of hitting open terrain. So, oh, there we go. That's a decent hit. But I can see them being the idea of essentially a creeping barrage. A barrage that slowly but surely pushes the enemy back as the infantry advances. But right now, it looks like all the infantry is focused on all this. So Sean has been quite busy, and as his armor force counteracting the King Tiger along with the new Su-85. Close range Katusha opening fire on mid. We have Stugs on standby as well. And the King Tiger's also on right. Kenworth on standby, backing up the NG. And things seem to be doing well for GTA on the right, who's managed to pretty much take over this right-hand side, though I see a large amount of infantry moving up with the King Tiger, which unfortunately looks like if they can knock out the AT gun, King Tiger should be fine, because the KV has trouble fighting a King, because technically the King is essentially a souped up KV, and what I mean by that is its gun's pretty good, and then its armor's fantastic, so if you like upgrade the KV like to another level, then it would probably equal a king. But unfortunately, at this stance, it is a weaker version with armor that can easily be, well, not easily, it has address balance, but somewhat penetrated by the King Tiger. And then its main gun has a hard time penetrating king armor because it's just a 76mm gun. So essentially, it's like a T-34 firing on it. It's fine versus like medium armor because, again, the medium armor has trouble penetrating the damn thing. Well, we'll see how things go. Right now, this guy is pretty much prepped for a large attack and also got his own artillery piece, which seems to be hitting stuff but not really doing a lot of damage. Jacksons are in standby. We do have, you can see here, Rangers. Good close range. Looks like they're trying to put a bunker here to kind of keep things going. Jackson should be easily able to knock out the bunker. So that's really a waste because you know the Jacksons are there. So like I said, and right now there's a free pack gun and all that stuff. So right now this Han guy lost a lot of his infantry in the over here for no apparent reason. I don't know why you did that. I think that was really a big freaking waste. But hey, you tried, and well, I don't think your attempt is going to really work. But you know, at least you're trying. That's the beautiful thing. At least you are trying. So more teams are now opening fire. He did retreat a lot of you. Oh, never mind. He's not going very far. So should be back up on the front. Maybe I'm trying to think what you could do. Maybe have like a recon plane fly overhead. Like use your major, get a recon plane, and call an IL-2 bomb strike on this position. Maybe to not put down some munition caches over here as well. Delta, because you know you have a little bit of excess manpower, and you can at least put that down. Speaking of which, allies definitely have a lot of men, so let's see how things keep going. Right now, another assault by Sean in mid. King Tiger keeps trying to push. Once again, explosive rounds. I don't understand why you're launching explosive shots at the King. It's not going to do all that much. It just is like a puff of smoke on it. I mean, sure, it might stun it, but I think you're more interested in killing it than temporarily giving a pause in its destruction and allowing it after that moment of rest. It's like, okay, now back to normal. So anyway, that's my stance on it. Alright, so Volk squads are moving back up to capture the point. We'll see how well this goes. They are being hit by artillery, how are the Shermans, which, okay, maybe now's the, you know, the reason why you have the explosive rounds on, but it seems that thing is being annihilated by the Stug. And Stuka, which seems to be on standby. The Germans are trying to push on mid, but right now the Allies had a decent defense force over here until they didn't. Usually how it goes. Jackson on the flank, trying to knock out the Stu. Su-85 on the right. Hope knocks it out. We have a sniper team still over here. King Tiger there's moving up. We have artillery coming down. Flame barrage, try to, I guess, push back these support weapons. Could be decent. GTA, what are you doing? So right now you got some men on the right. Oh, look at that. Hey, GTA. Oh, there's mines too far back in your own territory. GTA, I'm sorry. What was that, GTA? About mines being in your own goddamn territory? These are actually not really well placed. You are a if you are a good Soviet player, you would know that these 2 points right here are the best points because they come through here as choke points to take out people, not back here. Although, like, right there might have been good, but no, right here, maybe not. We'll see if it hits anybody, but it would be better if they were here initially to knock out people. Maybe a mine here for double set of mines, which would be even better. But point that out because I don't know how many times that I've been yelled at by you for putting down mines, and you're like, it's in your own territory. It's like, never put mines in your own territory. It's like, yeah, you put them back there. So I'm gonna make fun of you for that. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a big Soviet attack on the right. See how well GTA does. We have a KV, Su-85 in that. We have a King on standby with our cannon werfer. Actually, a second one too. And the Panther army is back in town. Oh boy. The armor seems to be doing well against the infantry, but that being said, we do have the additional armor. KV probably needs to position itself between the Su-85 and the Panther to make sure the Su-85 stays alive. Su-85 taking way too many hits. Needs to pull back. Unfortunately, without that, they don't have enough armaments to penetrate a lot of the heavier armored units like the King Tiger and the Panther. T-34, 85, I was going to sacrifice yourself, but alas, you've lost your main engine. Now it's time to retreat. Conscripts on standby, keeping them back. We have an ISU-52 moving on over in this U-85. Or cannon werfer on standby, getting some nice hits. Explosive round shot, maybe? I see a good shot, unless you're reloading. No, you just have armored, load armor-piercing rounds. So that if you have those loaded, actually you can hit the mine and blow a lot of stuff up. You can still do a lot of damage. King Tiger's still on standby. And you fell back. You did take as many casualties as I thought you would. And you're getting an additional KV, but yeah, things are going interesting for you. Back on Delta's front, Delta has a ton of men on standby. Looks like he's just prepping for this guy to charge, which this guy's just grabbing free stuff. Oh boy, he's gonna face a lot of riflemen very shortly. Grabs the pack gun, tries to run it back, but fires a quick shot and just makes Delta probably pretty angry because of that. We have smoke coming down to save him. Oh, look at that, the smoke strike. You see here? But fun fact, with this, if you want to, especially with the recon one for the OKW with the Fallschirmjäger, you drop the smoke like in your base and the recon plane will still go out. Because I see a lot of people being like, oh, nice fire, killing the guys on the objective. I see a lot of people drop the smoke on like enemy positions, like, well, yeah, I called it out there so I could see. It's like, no, just aim in that general direction and it'll be fine. Because a lot of times, you need a little bit more recon for additional strikes. That's why you call on the plane, and then the smoke blocks the vision, so you actually don't get sight lines on the artillery, like zeroing or whatever you need it for. So let's see, what are you building on the left? A lot of, are those just sandbags or mines? No, you're placing mines. Okay, right, because this doctrine allows you to place some mines. Not bad. So it looks like you're trying to place some defenses over here. He's grouping up, but I'm assuming a lot of his armor is just on standby. You're just kind of sitting there. Not really doing all much. That being said, Delta's also kind of just sitting on the left, so neither party is really actively moving. But if they could just get some light artillery and break this up, he would probably charge the base and do decently well. Because also you want to try to knock out the artillery, I assume. Right hand side, we have the King Tiger and the KV literally within like probably 100 feet of each other. Not too far. They're just waiting. Meanwhile, we have something blowing up over here. It's the... Wait, Sherman? How'd the Sherman blow up? Maybe he got hit from a side flank or artillery shell or something? Because they don't see a Pac-43 available. King Tiger doing some damage, but it looks like it's going to be by some AT grenades, so hopefully knocking that sucker out. Oh, great shot with the King, knocking out a lot of the infantry. Sean's going to have to go on full retreat mode. Oh, priests are opening fire. Very interesting. Where are you hitting? Oh, you're hitting this artillery. Nice shot. Again, the problem with this artillery versus priests is, well, usually it gets dismantled and destroyed. And we can see here by the lack of their artillery, a lot of their heavy artillery pieces, because they had a lot, got blown up by priest fire. So congratulations. Suka, not really. I guess he was trying to hit the fighting positions, but not really doing all that much. Oh, should also say the Infinity War trailer came out right now. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Very excited about that sniper team. Wow. Okay, you're just letting it die. Great job, man. Great job. Now, the Panzer Grenadier is a good idea, but the problem is they are gonna suck against riflemen because they're just not designed or equipped to really deal with it. So, yeah. Right now we have the Stug. Yeah, of course, Stug. Wow, did he have Mark Target on him? Or was he just... No, he was buttoned. Okay. Additional Stug moving up. The ISU-152 should be able to keep hammering them, at least quite a bit, especially with the guard providing recon. Additional guard forces moving up. They do have the ability to button, so yeah, they're pulling back. If they did charge, they could just keep backing up and easily knock it out. We do have a 3-star SU-85 as well. We have a KV-1, but alas, looks like maybe the second one that GTA was getting didn't last so long. So, yeah, unfortunately, this King Tiger is also very close to 2 stars, but looks like he has lost quite a lot of his support weaponry, which, unfortunately, not going well. As again, that constantly remanning, that does put a strain on your overall manpower. Just constantly getting that up. Wow, all right. Just really pushing up and managed to kill the priest with a Panzerfaust. Sean is probably really happy about that right now. Probably very, very happy the fact he just lost probably a close to a Vet 2 Priest on that. Stug pushing up, and Panzer IV has died. So this guy is not a genius. I would say the farthest thing from that. And now it's pulling back. Yes, this is why we place mines, because, oh boy, do they mess with people. And, yeah, causing a lot of damage to this poor Han guy. And I don't think... I think if Delta really wanted to, he could launch an assault and, like, start hammering this guy's base. Because I don't honestly think that this guy... Wow, okay, he finally escalated Battle Phase 3 after 35 minutes. You know, I'm glad... I know he's lacking a lot of fuel and manpower for that, but I'm glad he finally was able to get enough of it so he can do well. You know, that's very good for him. Glad. After 35 minutes, when most people would only take 15, he finally was able to do it. Congratulations, man. Meanwhile, GTA is preparing another assault. Again, my assumption is if he can try to push this guy back and hold this right hook, they pretty much have this game GG. Because right now, the only reason why these guys are still winning is holding the 2 capture points. But I don't know how long they can keep holding that for right now. Let's see, here's some type of airstrike coming in. I'm assuming an IL-2 bomb strike right in this region. Kind of nice hit, knocked out the Pretend Morpher. And the Katusha coming in. Wow, okay. That infantry's very lucky. Yeah, retreat. I love how the Katusha literally hit perfectly around the target, too. It wasn't just simply a miss, it was like the perfect miss. It's like the James Bond, all the bullets hit around me miss. So anyway, two Su-85s on standby with the KV, which I'm assuming will probably push up shortly. Though it looks like this guy is also on standby with his armor, so most likely he'll come over and help out. IS-152, dangerously close to the front. I'm very curious why he has it so honestly close. Is he trying to hit the armor? Because again, otherwise, this thing is meant for having like a cushion, and the fact it's so close is not really allowing that. So Jackson on standby, looks like trying to kill the other king. Man tank is helping, at least keeping its defensive capabilities higher, so that way it doesn't take as much damage, allowing it to live. Stuka firing, we gonna try to kill this. That's what he's aiming for. Oh, that was a good hit. He knocked out some Shanzians and the Jackson. So, good job on that part. And actually, it kind of looks like that... Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, pretty much, he's just sending his armor on the right. He's like, okay, I can't take left. I'll move my men on left. Which, if Delta saw that, he could use that as an opportunity to take some additional territory. Because right now, if he's not guarding over in these 2 regions, that could be some serious fuel and munitions that the Allies could take for themselves and take away from the Axis, which right now, because of all the fuel caps and everything that they have, are still going toe-to-toe, at least fuel-wise, with the Allies. Unfortunately, though, munition-wise, it's a different story. The Allies are definitely overwhelming them. But some things like Rusty Knuckles and, hold on, yeah, Horizon Dawn still have a ton of munitions stored up because of either careful management or the fact that you literally can't use it on a lot. Like, he's currently upgraded everything. I'm surprised he hasn't upgraded even this, but heck, it's fine. He has more than munitions. He'll probably do it eventually, but let's see. Panthers going around for the flank. We do have some Soviet mines, so good flanking opportunity there. Wow, okay, all 3 shots miss. Wonderful. Panther pulling back. Kind of for opening fire on the Su-85. Flame units coming down, burning away the support weaponry. We have more Katusha fire coming in, knocking out the support gun. At this point, it's the only reason the Axis are currently winning is because they had the star, and with them being pushed out at this point, they're going to start losing heart. At least that's what I think. I'm assuming they will, unless something really, really stupid happens. But, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's not like oh boy. KV's fighting a Panther, but once again, KV's not designed to fight a Panther. Su-85 assisting, but unfortunately bouncing because once again they're firing off the front armor. So you have a high likelihood of bouncing off it. Doesn't matter what you are, even if a tank destroyer. Katusha fire coming in, trying to hit those, trying to hit that infantry. Gets a nice shot off there. Meanwhile, we have the Obosudan and such moving on in. It looks like the Stuka perished in the front. Maybe one of the Stukas did. Yeah, I thought he had 2, so yeah. Wasn't one Vet 2? Yeah, and one destroyed vehicle. So yeah, that was one of their Stukas. Poor guy. Meanwhile, a flank is currently occurring, and most likely he's trying to move in and try to knock out the infantry, so that way they can push up with the armor. If the infantry is gone, they can pretty much easily wipe the armor pretty quickly. But we'll see how well this goes, because right now we have artillery fire coming in. Could be a good bundle. I'm sorry, wait. Okay, wasn't too bad. Infiltration tactics and decent grenades. But that being said, he's not going to be able to hold off. It was a good attempt for holding, but yeah, it's just not going to be the case. Opal Sodatin being deployed. Left-hand side looks like we have Delta trying to knock out those points. But we do have a giant flank with a bunch of Panzer Grenadiers moving in. And this is a problem because, well, tank destroyer, Pershing. And yeah, none of them are really designed for that. So, yep. This is what I expected. I expected something to come in and just start wrecking, and wow, it's the guy who's literally been doing nothing with his Panzer Grenadier blob. The plane came at the right time because that literally diverted fire above, so that way this half-track couldn't suppress the infantry. And now these guys are literally gonna walk in and just keep wrecking. I would probably retreat the one unit because it's very close to dying, but heck, he could. Their entire line is on right now defense. Wow, they just took that. Close range Katusha doing exactly what he needs to. Looks like they're trying to kill this. But, yeah, that's not worth it. You just lost 3 squads, maybe 4 squads with this, of Panzer Grenadiers. So while that was an amazing flank that did disrupt Allied lines, we'll see if that's going to be enough. Wow, good mines. Okay, both Panthers are currently knocked out, which might allow the Su-85s to move in and easily kill them. I love how this Panther's like, yeah, charge! And he's like, oh, wait. Please hit the mine over here. Even though I don't understand, like, okay. And this is why a mine right here would have been amazing. But alas, not the case. Command tank moving in, I guess, help with defensive play. Oh, and also making pathfinding that much more difficult. So the Allies are currently in a bit of a pickle. I mean, GTA and Ace still have a decent-sized army. Sean has the smallest one because he lost quite a bit of his Jacksons and knocked out. He got his Priest knocked down and whatnot. But meanwhile, the Axis currently have once again a decent army, so they're not out of the woods yet, and they just gained a lot of ground. So if they can hold it, the Allies are going to be in a bit of a pickle. But once again, I love how the player that did absolutely nothing actually did something to help change the course of the battle. And it was just a small thing. It was just, again, you just look to see what the enemy has and you play upon that. To be fair, he hasn't been that great, but at least he did that. Again, command tank helping defensive boost, and with that King Tiger 3 stars, I'm assuming he has the main gun. Oh, I was going to say spearhead. Well, it looks like he's not doing that. We do have an airstrike coming in. I'm assuming it's IL-2 bomb strike. Up, it is. It's going in close range. Bombs away. That's a little bit. 4-star King Tiger. Both Su-85s are now down. GTA is probably screaming right now. Jackson's coming in for the flank, trying to kill the 4-star King. If they don't kill this King, they're going to be in some serious problems. They're going to be, yeah, they're going to be regretting it. Come on, King. Back up. Get away. King Tiger on standby, kind of cock blocking that Pershing. Oh no! Pershing was still able to get the kill. Wow, King Tiger on defense, dude, coming on up. Unfortunately, this is where unless the Axis can get a few more kills, the Allies will probably be able to keep smashing the German armor. Because, oh, that's another Stug down. King Tiger made it at least. There's another Stug moving up. But yeah, both sides took some heavy casualties. GTA is probably not on the best move right now. Though he has enough manpower, he should be relatively fine. Delta, on the other hand, still has a decent army, even though he had to call out multiple Pershings. Sean, at least, still has his 2 Jacksons. And Ace got his new baby, so he's fine. As long as he has 1, he should be fine. So right now, we're pretty much back to where we were before. God damn it. We're back to the Axis holding near the star, and the Allies trying to knock it out so that way they can win this game. Oh boy. Jackson going in long, but alas, having some issues. God, remember? Oh my god. There's a game that there's so many Panzer Morphers right there. I just realized that Jackson would easily have been able to come up and hit those guys, because... Oh, again, you have to see it for yourself, but let's just say this. Going all the way back for this thing near the base, risky. Hitting a bunch of stuff right here, not so much. Nice shot, now it's buttoned. So I'm assuming the IS-52 is going to try to knock out the command tank before it can retreat. Come on. One last shot. It's going to probably... Yep, I was going to say the way that building is probably going to block view. That command tank is way too close. I have no idea why it's still there. This guy's artillery, but okay, just remanned it. He also is getting a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, but it's going to take him some time before he can get all the upgrades for it, because it's 120, and right now he only has, yeah, he doesn't have as much munitions, which you should probably put down some munition caches, if I were him. Looks like he might be trying, but Delta also, yep, Delta's kind of stopping him through that by constantly sending raids into his territory as well. Nice grenade and hit on the side with the Lieutenant Sean. Knocked out the support gun. This guy's going to pull back. Right now we have Jackson also on standby. So Delta's like, okay, let me see what I can get. Wow, really, Stooks and Stuka? I'm actually surprised that they don't have more weapons, stuff like that, to hold the enemy back. Yeah, he's being pushed back pretty damn hard. Beautiful hit. Stuka's probably just like, yeah, I'm just gonna back up. I'm actually kind of happy that I took that thing out. Panther blocking in inbound armor with the Su-85 was able to get a nice, beautiful shot long range. Again, nice thing about the 3-star Su-85. It may not look like it, but it's actually pretty quick, and it's far away and then move back. But unfortunately, right now, he's being chased by a large army, and over the last, the Panthers were still able to outrun it and chase him down to take him out. But that being said, they pushed a little too far with the IS-52 knocking them out. A lot of Panthers and a lot of Stoogs, but looks like the battle's still pretty much won. Neither side is... I'm sorry. The battle is pretty, like... I'd say, like, the best way to describe it is just like one side. Neither side, each side is trading. Neither side is gaining an advantage. Overall population-wise, they're both roughly the same. I mean, nice artillery strikes, and you're definitely decreasing the manpower of those guys with the constant artillery barrages and knocking out the infantry. I will say probably the Germans might be losing a little bit more because, again, their armor costs more, and also they have less fuel income to handle. Also surprised the command tank isn't over here boosting all this armor, because I figure they would do that to kind of help balance it, giving a charge. But hey, at least that charge helped knock out the Pershing, and probably will knock out that Jackson, so Delta just lost pretty much all of his armor, and it's going to be a while before he can come in. Once again, a flank through this angle, which I'm surprised that they haven't mined or done anything with, because I don't know how many charges they've done through here, so I would have definitely mined it. You have more than enough munitions for it, and you had excellent mine placement over here, Delta. If I have to give a critique, that would be it. Right now, the Panzer Grenadiers are just walking in and just wrecking, and the Allies are once again on the full retreat. We have artillery coming in. Assuming I saw artillery kind of breaking up the Allied line. Will this guy be able to retreat his Panzer Grenadiers? I love how he keeps doing these deep incursions, doing a lot of damage, but he can never... Oh, okay, so this one finally stayed alive. Nope, Lieutenant's like, no, not today, bitch. He's like trying to chase after it, but it's not going to work. He made it back. Nice try. Nice try. Additional Volk squads moving in to capture territory, though the IS-152 is still right there, so it's still going to do a lot of damage. Well, if he got explosive, he's not, so it's just going to be normal armor piercing. Katusha, on the other hand, it doesn't have those issues, and right now that Katusha has 62 kills, so nice job on that one. Luckily, GT has one with 38, so he's not too far, but yeah, that they've been wrecking the Allied infantry with that, so good job on that front. But right now, unfortunately, the Axis are kind of pulling out the reserves, getting additional armor and everything they can to the front. I'm very surprised the guy with the Jagdtiger hasn't gone to Jagdtiger. Yeah, but I can see why. They have more than enough armor to fight off enemy armor. The real concern is now just also handling the infantry, which the King Tiger does very well. As Stu kind of blocking the shots of the King. Mantag providing a nice defensive bonus. King Tiger going in to help out with the infantry once again 3 stars, so doing pretty good for itself. Getting some nice hits. Panther on standby, just holding back the enemy. Even though he's not really great against infantry, he's bringing up a couple of bulk squads, so he definitely needs more men. He's just unfortunately lacking in overall manpower. Rusty Knuckles kind of has barely any sort of assault forces. Han has Panzer Grenadiers, but nothing against infantry, and Horizon has like 1 unit against infantry. Meanwhile, we have a ton of guys versus infantry, a ton of guys good against all things, a ton of guys good against all things, a ton of guys good against all things. So right now, the Allies and Axis may be equal in terms of armor, but infantry-wise, the Allies easily are doing better than the Axis, which may help turn the tide, because if you have additional forces that can help against pretty much a wide variety of things, you're going to do a lot better. This guy is once again retreating through the right. Hey, mines? And anyone? Anyone? No? Okay, cool. We have additional. Oh my god, big armor charge up the gut. Nope, he's pulling back. He's like, fuck that. Jackson's coming in, trying to help. But Panzer Grenadiers also on standby, but maybe too much infantry for them to even move up. Or maybe they will move up. Or maybe they won't. I'm kind of like unsure because it keeps moving back and forth. And they are being helped out by the command tank, which is pretty well hidden. But we'll see. Right now we have artillery coming in. Oh no. Well, there goes another one. Another one bites dust. We have King Tiger on standby, and the Stooges are like, hey, can we come? Can we join boss? And the King Tiger's like, no, you stand back. But why can't we help? Because you keep dying left and right. Okay. We're going to go up anyway. Hopefully we won't die. With the amount of Su-85s, this thing's going to be wrecked if they all open fire with a nice volley attempt. Oh, boy. So right now, I'll give it this. The Axis are doing surprisingly well. I figured this game would have been over, but they've done a great job. And it's really this... Oh, boy. And I have to actually give good job, Han, for just being the wild card and just causing a lot of havoc. Especially with this guy over here doing a lot of flanks on this right-hand side. And now a nice 3-star Stuka. Unfortunately, 34 kills, but hey, nice job. The problem is, though, if the Axis go back into the normal routine and don't do that type of move again, that bought them time. But without that sort of play, they don't have the equipment to fight off large infantry groups. And right now, that's where the Allies have the Axis beat. So they're just going to keep doubling down on that with Jacksons and all these support armor pushing up. Command tank barely alive. Maybe they're going to focus fire on that. Well, there goes one Jackson. And they stayed relatively sound. Command tank and Command Panther both providing defenses. Man, this thing has to be doing pretty well for itself. Not only do you get to like increase movement speed, but you also again takes reduced damage. So not bad. Unfortunately, it did just bite the dust. Jackson unfortunately being lit upon and knocked out. So Delta now once again has no armor. Poor Delta. ISU 52 just trying to get away. It's like, go away, go away, go away, go away. AT grenade being shot and does absolutely nothing because once again needs to be at least 25% reduced in a 25 reduction of its health to remove its engine or something like that. Stuka opening fire. Where are you hitting? Okay, not all that much. Stuka, though, 4 stars, needs to pull back immediately. Jackson trying to go in for it. Unfortunately, too far away. It looks like they have more than enough firepower to hold them back. I love this Panther line that they have, along with the Panzer IV to help with infantry. Unfortunately, he needs more infantry, but alas, he's near pop cap. And Panerno has been replaced by an AI. Man, it's not like he was the leading guy with oh boy. with the King Tiger. And now with this guy gone, yeah, that's... Yeah, they're probably going to start losing. Yep, I mean, instantly AI is like, let's send the half-track in enemy lines. Good idea. AI, good idea. Oh, boy. Here's my thing, though, and I'm going to be honest. If this guy did not quit, hate to break it to you guys, I don't think you guys would be winning. Like, the only, like, Han sucks. Let's just point that out. Han sucks. He's not very good. He got a couple lucky shots, but his wild card nature is the reason why you guys were actually kind of doing pretty well for yourself. And actually kind of also then, like, just in a complete loss when he came in and just started wrecking all your guys. Pen's Grenadiers can be very, very good if used correctly, but yeah, that flank just like threw you guys through a roof. And now with this AI literally sacrificing all of the Pampino's armor, oh boy, things are not going to be going well. Man, good idea. Waste the Panzerschreck shots on the Major, not the Jacksons over here. Well, now the infantry's coming in, so expect a lot of damage here. Are you dropping fire? Okay. Wait, what is... Or is that a Major... No, it's the Major's artillery. So yeah, the King unfortunately met his demise. So good job, you just... AI, you just lost half the army. It looks like they realized this and like, okay, major assault, we need to start breaking them up as soon as possible. Which looks like they'll kill a bunch of Su-85s. And unfortunately, Ace is about to be rickety wrecked. Oh, can they kill the 3-star Katusha? Because that would also be pretty big. Oh, kill it. Oh, I like actually the cameo with the red rock. That looks really good. Fortunately, it just got blown up. Another Katusha. Come on. Take out the Katusha. Do not let this Katusha live. Do this to me. Anyway, it looks like Jackson's coming in on the flank, but another Panther coming in to support. Okay. ISM 52, still alive. Panther could go in and get the final shot. But alas, guess he won't. Come on. Oh, it's button, so we can't shoot. Fire! Oh, bouncing. Oh, there's the other 3-star. Oh, come on, AI. You know what's the bigger... Don't do it. Come on, AI. Oh my god, this is the luckiest freaking Katusha ever. Never mind. AI actually, you know, gained something real quick. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of Jacksons moving in, but the Panzer Grenadiers coming up from behind with an Ostwind. Not sure what the Ostwind's supposed to do, but the Panzer Grenadiers just wrecked all of Sean's armor. Oh, come on. There we go. Wow. Okay. Again, I don't know what the Ostwind's there for, but sure, why not? Panzer Grenadiers still trying to push on up, but with that much infantry and now fire coming down, you want to retreat. If maybe they can get a volley off and kill an Su-85 real quick, but after that, you want to retreat. Pull back. You're going to lose too much. You're going to lose way too much. Okay. You're going to run through fire. That's going to do a little bit of damage to you, but overall, you should still be relatively fine. Overall, what do the Allies have? GTA has one Su-85. Ace has an Su-85 plus the IS-52 back at his base that didn't die, which is probably the luckiest thing for them. Delta has a Jackson. I don't see. Wait. No, I'm sorry. He has 2 Jacksons. They were just using vehicle crews. And Sean has 1 Jackson and a priest. Things could be a lot worse. Okay, they also could. Han currently has a Brumbar helping in mid. Horizon still has his Panther army. And Rusty Knuckles still has a couple units, though he's really low on fuel and manpower, so he's probably not going to get a ton of armor out anytime soon. Allies were able to retake mid through all that, and unfortunately are now using their reserves to call in all the additional armor support they can. Does a good attempt on the Axis, like to try to like do one final break of the Allied lines, because right now I feel like the Allies are just going to kind of like regroup themselves and just kind of lock things down, like the Jacksons right here. Luckily, no. Oh, yeah, you still have the command tank here, so that's helping defensively, allowing the units to survive just a few more shots. Nice bounce. Yagpans are coming in on the flank, but once again, great job, AI. Anyway. A couple nice shots from retreating stuff. Managed to knock out Jackson, so probably not the best. Something just blew up. I don't know what blew up, but alright. At least the Panther's okay. Now, this is where the Allies' infantry are coming into play, because at least they can keep pushing up and trying to capture the points. Because they have the men for it. Because, you know, the Sturm officer is really going to turn the tide against 3-star vetted conscripts. Also, nice job, AI, with putting an NG in here, because you can honestly fight those conscripts like that. Yeah, congratulations, you just figured that out. That building has no windows on that side. It's like, we don't need windows. He just fires the MG out the side of the wall and just makes his own window. Like, it's like Underworld, where it just fires in a circle, they punch it through, they put the MG there, and they just start lighting up the conscripts. Or heck, just fire through the wall back and forth, and just hope the bullets have good penetration and just fire straight through. Meanwhile, the Su-85s are just, oh, I'm sorry, the IS-52 are just using the range provided by the infantry to just start hammering those Panthers. And now they have a lot of tank destroyers. So right now, the best shot they have is Han. Han, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they need you. They need you, Han. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because, oh my god, this game is getting long. And with an AI, I kind of figure where this is going to go. It is a closer game, but the fact that there is an AI kind of leads it more to the Allies winning than the Axis. If the Axis actually win this, I will be astounded. It's not likely, but it is possible. And the reason I say that is because right now the Allies had the thing where they can just keep grouping up all their armor, which you can see. Where the Axis have to keep slowly kind of spending it in an attempt to hold these points. Nice hit. Yeah, pushing that back. We got some guard troops moving on up. He's trying to run him over. Actually, some good vehicle play right there. Unfortunately, we have conscripts on the left, but looks like they're able to take over the right with an MG, which is hilarious because Delta has all this stuff right here, and he's like, wait, what? Delta probably hasn't even realized the spot has been taken yet. Oh, and they just realized, oh, okay, move on up. MG's there, and he's like, wait, what? Luckily, he has his own MG to open fire and kind of overwhelm that MG, especially with armor-piercing rounds. But that is pretty funny. Wow, and oh, god damn it. I don't know why there was smoke drop, but okay. Panther trying to knock some stuff out. We have all the Panthers now pushing on right. Looks like they got hit by some of Delta's mines. They have double AT guns, though, with the Panthers going to have a hard time breaking that. Left-hand side, we have an attempt. Looks like the Allies, though, are still taking over the point. Overall, though, I am actually surprised that, Pianmo quit. I'm assuming he was either disconnected or they had to leave. Jackson, unfortunately, got knocked out. Panthers, they're doing pretty well in the forest area, even though they're pretty much bunched up. Why would you move your Stuka there? Your 4-star vet Stuka, why? I would make sure it's playing in the ground in the back of the base. Knocking out the... Oh boy, another one. Just things are not going well. Again, nice attempt at taking the right, but alas, you need more infantry support, and you don't really have that with Panzer Grenadiers. Though it looks like Sean is being wrecked quite a bit along with Delta, but Delta has more than enough manpower to keep making up for it. And the Rangers, once again, are not pushovers. They're pretty damn powerful and gotten a lot of kills respectively. So, once again, we have the Panzer Grenadiers going in behind enemy lines. Unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of coordination, so they're just kind of going through. This is not good. Here's my rationale. Why would you send that unit kind of back behind you to open fire? You kind of need it to go on like a certain key moment or a time. Either deploy recon with the smoke or something and then just push on that moment. Don't just randomly send them out because that's not going to work. Alright, they got pushed back. Looks like the Axis are trying to take mid, but once again have no... Oh, never mind. They have a barely alive Pioneer squad taking it. And oh my god, the AI put a Lutz out. Man, that really helped. Like I said, I feel at this moment the Axis should win this. I'm sorry, the Axis should not win this. Let me rephrase. And the Allies should. If the Allies don't, I would be astounded. And now with this cluster right here, IL-2 bomb strike, yeah, it's pathfinding for the win. Things are not going to look good for it. Command tank trying to pull back. Luckily, Command Panther, Command tank providing some defense bonus. Panzer Grenadiers moving on in. For AI's Yai-Panzer did bite the dust. Panzer Shreks being lit upon by the Panzer Grenadiers. They just all the tank destroyers, which, okay, that was good timing to push in because they're all like overextended, so you could easily get quite a number of shots. Unfortunately, switched to nope, still has load armor-piercing rounds. Delta retook the right. Now middle is, well, definitely up for a heated battle, but right now looks like the Allies have more than the firepower to keep holding down all these points. Unfortunately, we have another Panzer IV being knocked out. We're still holding mid for the time being. We have Delta now moving in, trying, and with his Rangers, he could honestly hold. Well, last with the MG, it looks like they're being suppressed. With artillery fire coming in, and it looks like they, yep, are not going to be suppressed in time. Axis making a desperate attempt to take the point, but yeah, if the Axis still had the AI here, I think the Allies would might have lost. Oh, is this thing really going to be suppressed? Come on, suppress it. Aw, oh, dang it. Even with the MG, they're just still managing to take it. Right-hand side, he's tried to take it, but there's an MG right there, so he needs armor support. But with 2 AT guns, he's going to need something. Maybe just a simple Stuka strike. You know, something like that. Artillery, Panzer, like a Panzerwerfer or something. I mean, you have that ability. Don't know why you haven't gotten it yet. Anyway, they're taking mid. Allies being pushed back. Command tanks pushing out, knocking on Su-85. Panzer Grenadiers moving on up. Katusha getting an excellent hit. They have a half-track nearby. There. Oh, God. There we go. Han's just reinforcing from the front. Well, not all of his men. Just... Oh, there we go. I was like, why is he reinforcing all of them? Panthers being pulled back. So artillery's coming through. I'm sorry. Are the Axis? No, the Axis. Wow, okay, Priest launching an assault. Alright, good job, Sean. I love artillery. I don't know why. It seems like there's a common glitch in the game where you tell it to attack something and it decides to literally attack it by charging. It's like, why? Just why? Half-track reinforcing and also smoke being drops to keep the battle going. Stuka lighting them up. It is a very close game. But I still think the Allies are going to get this. God damn it, this is an hour and 15-minute game. Panzer Grenadiers just trying to knock it out, but I love the fact they both have Panzer Shrek, so it's literally just like, shoot, shoot, shoot. It's just like, why isn't this working? Because the game says Panzer Shrek shots do nothing. Also, again, instead of firing on that, he could have moved up. Okay. Wow, left looks like they have, unfortunately, the star on the left-hand side decapped, so the Axis are down to... If they can just push down to 24, now the Allies are at 15. They have both points, though, and not a lot of reserves. Fortunately, a lot of, like, the Panthers and whatnot are on standby or got pushed back. Allies seem to win this in a last volley. Wow, Stuka completely missed the Rangers, and Allies win. Okay. That didn't go as crazy as another game, but in any case, yeah, my stance is this. The real reason why the Allies won was because Pampino. If he was still there with his armor, and I'm putting it on because he had a 4-star King Tiger and everything else, the Allies most likely would have lost. Because he would have actually still had an army present. He still would have been able to hold down his respective points. The Axis, for all for all intentions, were doing fantastic for the hands they were dealt with. Like, they had 3 really good players, and then one that kept kind of just, like, coming on the side and doing his own thing. And even though he kind of made up for it a little bit with his Panzer Grenadiers, it never... It was some good hits, but never enough. It was just never enough. Again, just from perspective, yeah, he did get a few more kills, and that was probably because of his command tank and whatnot. If I click on him, let's see, his armor was actually decent. Yeah, but his Panzer Grenadiers didn't get a ton of kills in terms of infantry. Armor-wise, yeah, he did quite a bit with them. But overall, Ace did 117,000 damage. Very nice. GTA did 100,000. Sean did 94,000. Best player on the Axis was Rusty Knuckles. And again, just kind of flip on him. He had typically this huge Stug and Panther force, and he did quite a lot. But again, Horizon Dawn also had a lot, but didn't lose as many units for the amount of kills he got comparatively to Rusty Knuckles. That being said, it looks like the Soviet players did, wow, okay, lose quite a bit, but not as much. They had actually an equal KD, which is actually astounding for the Soviets. Sean and Delta, however, did lose quite a bit as well. And I would say for Delta and Sean, they did lose a ton of Jacksons and just armor in general. Infantry-wise, they did pretty well, but yeah, they just lost a ton of armor due to the Panthers and Panzer Grenadiers. So what do I say to this? I'd say, once again, unfortunately, the AI in this game is not very good, typically. In some games, it can be, but most times it's not, and that just led to their downfall. Overall, I still think it was a good game, and I feel like the Axis did everything they possibly could with, once again, the hand they were dealt with. But unfortunately, even with some amazing plays just that came out of nowhere that pushed the Allies back, it just comes down to overall tactics, and with a person down and an AI taking its place, they just weren't focusing on unit preservation, on taking the points. At least the AI wasn't, is what I'm saying. So unfortunately, even though Han and Horizon and Rusty were doing still a great job holding back the Allies just sheer firepower wise and just constant reserves, just pumping out Su-85s and even ISU-152s were just more than enough to handle the AI and everything and just slowly whittle them down. It was very close. It was very, very close. But still, it did lead toward an Allied victory, unfortunately, because of the AI. But in case, guys, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Greyshot117, and I'll see you all next time. Hello everyone, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Joey, Ace, Lobo, Leo, Nick, and Tim. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys rock and help me do what I do. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.